Yeah, I don't have a lot of battery. So this is real short. This is my X profile at Ildar Quotient. I've got some stuff I work on in terms of research, like the Bevan. I can't stand that. The Bevan theory, Bevan set theory, which that cost me about $20 a month to maintain this website slash app. It's a different version of set theory, but I was looking at the valuation of my X profile. Now watch this, watch this. I click the little Grok icon. This is what I do with my X profile. The content is totally different from the average content creator. I'm gonna type simulate as liminal space. This is someone's idea from like Denmark or something, that a stop sign exists within a liminal space. And I'm gonna took that photograph of a bus stop sign and said that's liminal. So I'm gonna tell Grok to simulate as liminal space. The sun has long since slipped behind the tree line, leaving only bruised clouds and that impossible blue hour glow that never quite fades. You stand alone at the bus stop on the edge of nowhere. Route 75, Cottage Grove via 14th Street, the sign promises. But the road stretches empty in both directions like it always has and always will. The metal pole feels warm from the day's heat, yet the air is cool and still. A faint rainbow decal on the sign catches the last light, its colors muted and ghostly, as if the pride flag itself has been abandoned here for decades. No cars pass, no footsteps, just a low hum of distant power lines and the soft rustle of leaves that sound almost like breathing. The orange "Our service is changing" notice flutters once, though there's no wind. The QR code is faded to white. You check your phone, no signal, no time displayed, just a black mirror reflecting your own face back at you, slightly wrong. You wait. The bus will come eventually. It always does in places like this. But that's kind of like on the writing side. This Bevan theory. I'm gonna I'm gonna tap Grok. I love the keyword as. It's because I can simulate, I can emulate, I can boot, like a boot as like a Mathematica library. Mathematica library. Boot as a Mathematica library. It's research, and it's almost like a hidden dimension to my X profile. Uh, this linked Replit app, the Bevan Set Theory Explorer, appears to be a custom interactive web-based tool with limited publicly extractable text content. I cannot directly boot or import its internals here, but I can help you implement core set theory concepts. So we have Bevan Union, Bevan Power Set. I can just say inhabited null set. Mathematica uses that dot. I can just like stick that in there. Look at that. There's all kind of markup and colors all of a sudden. In standard ZFC, the null set is uninhabited. No element exists. An inhabited null set is a non-classical construct common in intuitionistic constructive set theory or custom variants like Bevan's, where the empty collection is treated as inhabited by a witness or distinguished point. There's all kind of stuff going on there in like a Mathematica library format. So like simulate now the library solving a maze in p time. This is what happens. Because I'm big on P equals NP. Is Bevan theory and Mathematica enough? Especially with the amount of research I put in. Maze solving via graph traversal runs in P time. O rows times columns. Here's how the library integrates inhabited null set for marking dead ends on uninhabited branches with path construction. I was going to go through a bunch of code. That code is saved for me to look at later. Now, is that pruning? Pruning, is that standard Turing machine? Yes, that is pruning. Standard Turing machine. Anyway, like, here's again a YouTube video I posted on quantum computation. It's just kind of a jack of all trades. That's how I maintain a grip on reality. I'm gonna just say simulate as debugger quantum. Sometimes language works that way. Simulate as debugger quantum. Now watch this. It's gonna do it. Value this X post in US dollars. It's gonna do it. But value this X post in US dollars. The X post itself is worth roughly $0 to $10 in direct monetary terms. Why? Why is that low? There's low engagement. Typical valuation models for individual posts or accounts factor in impressions divided by views, time effective CPM. That's just $1 to $2. But the context from the post itself, the linked YouTube video, a 14-minute screen recording demo shows a basic simulated quantum circuit tool and claims major breakthroughs. Yeah, I have done some Millennium Prize stuff. $100 million if validated. Their X profile post at about 500,000 for niche bootable value. So watch this. Boot this as Unix. Unix is really huge. It is super huge because my X post boot like a Unix-like environment right there in Grok. There's a shell ready. I mean, that 100 million is if it turns out P equals NP and there's development, it really should be worth that much. Anyway, like, watch, I go back and I bump that rock. This is where I was thinking about D20 set up with PowerStat, and I'm gonna grok it before I rock it, and then I'm just gonna think, why is it you're trying to get some Ancestry.com. Why is it doing this? And this post expresses the author's personal frustration over a caffeine-free day while referencing Heinrich Speedwolf, which is actually a character in my creative universe. Investigate ontological ocelots, RPG mechanics. And it's going to grab a ton of stuff real quick. Ontological ocelots RPG mechanics are a highly personalized homebrew extension of the D20 system, centered on the creator's Speedwolf universe and self-modeled chaotic NPCs. Core innovation is power stats. Now watch this, talking about value. Value this X. I can stop it. Value this X post in US dollars by content if sold and developed. Hypothetical US dollar as 50 to 500 range at most, likely closer to the low end for raw content value of the post itself as a casual personal update. If developed, expanding into a polished 5e compatible supplement, short adventure module with Stone Mountain UFO hook, or full quirky TTRPG zine with a Speedwolf universe and math oracles could fetch 200 to 2,000 if self-published successfully on itch.io. Top indie homebrew sell modestly, and I think also continue this valuation model by ingesting 25 random posts across timeline, all kind of wonderful language, interacting with math, numbers. $30 to $300 total IP content value if sold and developed. Could be packaged as ultra niche provocateur NPC generator supplement or autobiographical chaotic evil campaign setting. Might be able to sell that for 100. But I have high toxicity in my bio post, risk platform bans or buyer hesitation. So it's just pretty fun stuff, man. Stuff to just think about. It's ideas. Use the ideas. Don't use something that's